I've come to take shelter under a tree, which I've now realised is a bad idea because it's where most people start to have a piss.
So if I stay, would you be lying to me? Got away. The memories are our mistakes we can never make.
Okay, so I did have a bit of an idea of what I was going to talk about in this first proper vlog. Obviously last week was just a bit of a trailer really to give you an idea of the kind of stuff I'll be uploading. So I had a bit of a plan, plan's probably an overstatement, it was just an idea. But then yesterday I shot the best round I've ever shot in my life. I shot 72, which is 2 over around my home course, Burley Park, which is this. And yeah, the best I ever shot before that was 3 over, which I've shot quite a few times in the last few months, both here and at other courses. So I thought, well, it would be weird really not to kind of talk about that. Not just, you know, talk about the round that I shot, but also, probably more importantly, why I think that I'm now shooting the best golf of my life. Before then, I'd broken 80 a handful of times, and then since last April, when I decided, okay, I'm going to do what I can and try and get to scratch, I counted up this morning and I've broken 80 39 times. My handicap has only come down by 2 shots from 10 to 8, but to be honest, I think a lot of that has been mental. So in competitions I haven't always delivered my best golf, and that's something I've been working on and I think I have got better at. So hopefully this season I'll be able to get down a lot more. I'm just going to go out and play a few holes now. It's raining a bit, so we'll see how many I get through. I thought I'd bring you along, show you me hitting some shots, and we'll have a chat as I'm walking between. I should probably mention that I've never done this whole playing golf while vlogging. I mean, I've never done vlogging before, so that kind of goes without saying. I've never done that before, so if my golf isn't the greatest, that might be part of the reason. But yeah, bear with me. I got quite a lucky break there on the first. Pushed my drive a little bit into some trees, but it was in the middle of the fairway, so obviously a lucky kick. Okay, so I've missed this green left, which is exactly what I did yesterday. Yesterday I was just on the fringe, on a bit of a muddy lie, and then bladed my chip right across the green. Hit a decent chip to a few feet and missed, so 2 putted. So that was a double bogey 6 to start. And obviously I shot 2 over, so I was level par for the following 17 holes. I shot 2 under on the back 9, so that kind of made up for a few bad shots on the front. But hopefully it'll take me a few of them forward to get down this time. Let's see how we do. Okay, so that bit of good luck I had off the tee, hitting the tree and coming out in the middle of the fairway, has already evened itself out, as tends to happen in golf. So there is my ball, there's a tree right behind it, and there is the green. So this could be a bit tricky. To be honest, I'm chuffed with that. That's about the best I could have done from there. I don't know if you could really see from the camera how much the tree was in the way of my normal takeaway, but I managed to just kind of dig a bladey 8 iron down there. Now I've got a couple of feet putt just to hopefully save putt. So pretty happy with that, 4 at the first. Obviously as a golfer, rather than being pleased to make par, I'm thinking, why the hell couldn't I do that yesterday? If I'd made par there instead of 6, then my round would have been level par 70. Which would have been the first time I've ever shot level par. But got to be positive. Decent start, didn't hit any great shots, but made a good up and down. So last summer when I started to play a bit of golf, a lot of people that have known me for a while, played golf with me for a while, started saying to me, well, what's the secret? And I thought it was a weird question really. I'll just hit this tee shot and then I'll explain why. Yeah, last year people were saying to me, what's the secret? At first I was thinking, oh, you know, what should I tell them, what is the secret? But the more I thought about it, there obviously isn't a secret. And why would there be? I mean, the analogy that I thought of was, if you ran the marathon, right, you know, if you're an amateur runner, you ran the marathon and say it took you 4 hours, so a decent time, but not exactly a world record. And then while you were eating pasta or whatever you do after you've run the marathon, you bumped into, let's say, Paula Radcliffe, who can obviously run a marathon in I don't know what women can run marathons in. 2.5 hours, maybe a bit less.
Watch the clock. She's going to smash the world record. Absolutely incredible. 2 hours, 15 minutes and around 25 seconds.
You wouldn't say, oh Paula, what's the secret? Can you give me a quick tip that will help me run the marathon in the same speed that you do? We always think there's a secret. You know, I've played with people who are better than me before. And I've watched them, I'm thinking, what does he know that I don't? And why doesn't he just tell me what it is? You know, all he's got to do is tell me, and then I'll be able to hit the same shots that he can. But it doesn't really work like that. Obviously, it's much more appealing to think, oh, I'm only ever one little tip away from playing fantastic stuff. Excuse me if I keep looking off to the side. Basically, I don't think there's anybody else out here because it's pretty grim, and it's kind of late in the day, but I do feel like a massive bell end talking to the camera. But yeah, that's why I keep glancing off, just in case someone's looking at me thinking, what? The only thing that has changed my game is the way that I'm practicing. If you imagine you've got two golfers, right? Let's say golfer A and golfer B, imaginative, I know. Golfer A practices a couple of times a week, but by practice, I mean, goes to the range in his lunch hour, gets 50 balls, machine guns them off as quick as he can, and he always spends the last 10 balls trying to tonk his driver to hit it over the net at the back of the range. And then golfer B practices a little bit more often, but more importantly, when he does practice, he's practicing with a purpose. So he knows exactly what he's trying to achieve. He's identified his strengths and weaknesses, and he's obviously trying to make those weaknesses his strengths, while still being good at the parts of the game that he's strongest at. Which one of those golfers do you think has got a better chance of getting his handicap down? So there's a quote about practice that I think is brilliant, and it's from one of the, well, probably the greatest ever violinist, a guy called Jascha Heifetz. He said, and this might not be word perfect, so if you're going to go and get it printed and put on your wall, maybe Google it first, don't just take it straight from me. But he said, practice like it means everything in the world to you, and perform like you don't really care. That's definitely not word perfect. But what he's saying is, it's the practice that's really important. It's no good just going up and aimlessly hitting putts or bashing balls down the range. It's not doing you any good. You need to go out and practice and really mean it. And if you do that, and do it often enough and do it well enough, you'll be good enough to go out and perform or play like you don't care, just carefree, because you've already done all the hard work. Too often, too many golfers, including myself, certainly in the past, we do it the other way around, don't we? So we practice like it doesn't really matter that much, and then when it comes to the competition or the match, got to really try hard, do everything we can, but that's the wrong way around. I guess my point is that obviously I want you to watch my YouTube videos. I think definitely keep watching anybody on YouTube making golf videos that you like, but don't think that at some stage you're going to find a clip from one of them that transforms your game. You might find things that help you. You know, you go and practice them and they gradually make you a better golfer, but it's going to be the practice that makes you better, not the tip or the video or the little bit of knowledge that you didn't have before that you've got now. Obviously I'll share all the practice drills and skills tests and things that I do, and hopefully some of them will help you. In fact, let's go and do a putting drill that I do right now. Just grab 3 golf balls. Make sure they're the balls that you use if you're playing out on the course in competitions. I think if you're practicing putting and chipping, things like that, you should always really use the same golf ball that you're going to be using when it counts. And then you're going to put yourself about 20 feet from the fringe, stand there with your 3 balls. Just want you to hit putts towards the fringe without looking where the ball's gone, as soon as you've hit it, just say short, long, or just right. So short if you think it's going to come up just short of the fringe, long if you think it's going to go through the fringe, and just right if you think it's just going to roll up and sort of nudge against the fringe. What this does is gets you really used to just judging the pace. You're not going to be racing things 5 or 6 feet past, you're not going to be leaving things 4 or 5 feet short, so it really should eliminate any chance of a 3-putt. I know loads of tour pros do this drill, both in practice but also in warm-up for competitions. A lot of them don't like to see themselves missing putts, but obviously if they're warming up before a competition hitting 20 feet putts, most of them aren't going to go in, so they don't like to have that in their head. So instead they'll just putt to the fringe. Tiger Woods does it, loads of tour pros do it. Just gets your pace control right. Obviously you get an idea of how quick or slow the greens are on the day without you having to worry about putts not going in the hole. Give it a go in practice, give it a go in a warm-up next time before you're about to go out on the course. Let me know how you get on.
So if I stay, would you be lying to me? Got away.
I've got probably 20-25 feet safe par. Stroke index 2 this hole. I'd get a shot here in a competition, but try not to think of things like that too much. As much as possible, I'm trying to make par or better on every hole. Obviously, my aim is to get to scratch. So I just find that if I'm thinking, oh yeah, I'll get 8 shots, or I've got a shot here, it's too comfortable. I should be pushing myself really. Obviously, I'm not going to beat myself up if I shoot 4 over. That's a good score for me. But I don't want to start thinking, oh yeah, 8 over is my target, because it's not. It's better than that.
I could be fooled by you tonight, but not this time.
So that's the best shot I've hit so far today. I'm trying to change my swing a bit at the moment. I'll talk about that more in another video, but yeah, it's tricky. I sort of just about got time to hopefully get comfortable with it now before competitions start, but when I'm out on the course at the moment, I'm trying not to worry too much about the results. I hit some loose shots. I've got to accept that because I'm trying to do something different to what I'm used to. It's really cold.
Won't make me fall this time, 'cause I have drawn a map of my escape.
It's starting to rain quite a bit now and it's getting pretty dark, and I think I've only got about another 15 minutes before I'll be able to see anything. So I will show you me hopefully can this birdie putt, and then once I get home we'll carry on chatting then.
Forget about another deja vu.
Right, it's really started raining now, so obviously I want to put the phone away. I've come to take shelter under a tree, which I've now realised is a bad idea because it's a tree next to a tee and it's where most people stop to have a piss. I'm also about as far away from the clubhouse as you can get, which is not great news. It's absolutely smashing it down now, so I'm sort of torn between staying by this tree and gradually getting wet and cold, or making a run for it and getting soaked. And if you're wondering where my umbrella is, it's nice and safe in the boot. Oh, that's hail. Nice and safe in the boot, staying properly dry. Well, that was fun, that run back to the clubhouse.
Making you pancakes?
Right guys, please excuse the dressing gown. Obviously I've got pretty cold and wet on my run back from that pissy tree. So I've come home, had a shower. Thanks for watching that video, and the first one if you watched that. Thanks for your comments as well. I'm going to end this video here because it's already about 3 times longer than I'd planned, and I'm sure it's about 15 times longer than everybody else wanted. But I hope you enjoyed it, maybe found it a little bit useful. If you did, or if you didn't, please do let me know in the comments down below. If you haven't, please do subscribe to the channel, follow me on Twitter. I'll leave a link in the description down below. I realise obviously that the video's not perfect, but please bear with me. Obviously I'm new to this, I'm trying, and yeah, hopefully the videos will get better as we go along. Stick with it and I'll see what I can do. Cheers.